Alright, so let's work on this other 350. For those people that are watching later, these tend to be boring. For those people that are watching during, a whole lot more fun. So please join the live feeds. I do not have things prepared. This is not a cooking show. Please do not expect such. Let's see here. Hey, William. How you doing? Everything okay? Kind of missed an interesting live earlier. These 350s keep me on my toes, that's for sure. Hey, Fred. I'm sorry, William. Sorry to hear that. William, all my best. Okay, man? You hang in there. Any track demands? This has the fence going. Actually did pretty good overall yesterday. And, yeah. Did pretty good yesterday. You get that 372 done yet? Matt, Leonard Virtue, what's going on? And Craig's back, good. And Fred, if I didn't give you a shout out, Fred, hello. How are you? Based on the live earlier, I don't know. I had a 350 die. I'm going to guess 15, 20 tanks in. All the bolts were tight. For all intents and purposes, all the bolts were tight. It wasn't like there was anything significantly, blatantly loose. The base bolts were tight. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to bring you up here. Base bolts were tight. So it wasn't that. It was just the riser block was no longer sealed to the base, and I've been using 1184, so figured that probably wasn't the issue. Leonard's at the gym. Matt's looking for two. Matt, what 200T parts do you need? I don't have much, but I might have a few things. What I really need is a box for this. Let me see if I find a box. Hang on. This Cummins box looks like it'll do. Top handle assembly. Yeah, you and everybody else are looking for those. Did you see the 469 got rebuilt? I did not. William, I've just, my brain has been elsewhere lately. I think that needs to be cleaned up, but whatever. This whole thing's a mess. This is just a mess. The chain's all rusty. I don't know what my buddy was thinking. It looks like this was left underneath the deck. You definitely use this for trenching, so that chain's no good no more. You know, look at that. Need parts for a 395 convert. Yeah, again, you and everybody else. The thing, you know, you end up looking for really popular stuff. Hey, Jesse. See, a lot of people are doing that conversion. They're doing the 394, 395 conversion. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like I haven't run a 395. I understand that, you know, that they're good. That's fine. But you know what? I'm not convinced they're that much better than a 394, if at all. You know? Just so you guys know, I have no idea what I'm going to find under here. This was saw number 2. Saw number 2. So back when I did the 350 comparisons, this was saw number 2. So whatever that was, you know. I don't know. Looks like this is quad port. Probably a highway top end would be my guess. So, always a little loose, but let's see how we do as far as compression. Dimison Moraes, Boa Noite. I assume that says good night and or good evening. Howdy, welcome. Forgive me for the pronunciation. And Matt's trying to find a 394. Yep. Okay. Might not be too bad. Might not be too bad. Let's check compression. Wow, that's going to be pretty stout. How about 180? So that's good. He just wanted me to check this over and give it a tune-up, you know, is what he called it. But I don't know what's going on with it, if anything. It really needs, like, I mean, with the amount of dirty on it, could stand to have a teardown, you know? What do you say, guys? Should we tear it down? Won't be that big of a deal to rebuild it. Might just be easier to keep it clean and everything. Just tear the whole thing down. Especially with what I found on the base today. I don't remember how I put this thing together, and I'm kind of thinking, geez, I think I want to reseal the base even again. Whether this is good or bad, I think I want to reseal it. What do you guys think? Mega, the thing is, by the time I set it all up to do a vac and pressure test, I could have torn the whole thing down. Here, let's pull the muffler. If it's pristine, I leave it. That's the thing with pressure and vac test. The other saw that died after 15 tanks, I did the pressure and vac test because I was stumped. And I wanted to make sure the seals weren't bad, and they weren't. A little loose, but whatever. Other than what I would consider a couple of minor scratches, possibly from port work, I would say that's pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's not super lubricated looking in there, so he's probably using like 50 to 1 on this, which, okay. Clean her up and tune, yeah. I guess so. Another thing. That's tight. That's tight. Just touch it. And this one I can't, without taking the handle off, I can't get to it good, but let's take the handle off just to make things easier. These screws come out great because I greased them. What a mess. Husky268, what's going on? Tell you what, I won't take the base apart, but what I will do is check the base bolts. Just tearing down a 350. Not going to tear it all the way down because it's got good compression. But based on what I saw this morning, I'm a little worried. I'm pretty much any one that I've ever put together. All right, the whole idea of taking the top handle off is to check this bolt. Hey, Tim. Welcome. Take the gas tank off here. Check to see how much gas is in here. And the throttle linkage would be good to take off too. Just going to take me, I'll take the carburetor off, clean the carburetor out, make sure that's good. That's right, I forgot about forgot the primer bulb system. Whatever. Obviously we need to clean that up a bit. Well, what I found with the other motor that I was working with today was that even though the riser was flat, the plastic part wasn't. So, and I think we had two problems. One was the actual metal inserts that are in there were up higher than the plastic, possibly because of melting or plastic shrinkage or whatever that actually was. So, one issue or another there. Even had this labeled number 2. Let's look at the intake. Looks pretty darn shiny to me. I have the drills looking how to port them. Anyway, yeah, so the issue was that here, I'll bring it out because this is important. Because the riser itself, I had made flat, like dead flat, but the mating surface, the plastic mating surface here, wasn't flat, and the metal inserts that are molded in there were sitting up a little bit too high, possibly because of plastic shrinkage. So I had to grind those down a bit. There's just too much gap. That's why I had a leak. I know Joe Piper was talking about Honda Bond HT or something like that. 20 people here tonight. Jeepers creepers. All for a 350. All I'm doing here is just going to clean this thing up a little bit, you know? Dirty. I'll clean all that stuff up. Let's check the base bolts. No, I was talking to Joe last night. And he was mentioning Honda Bond, also the Honda whatever HT whatever it was, high temperature stuff. Look, we even have a friend. Look at this. It's a squash bug. He's still alive. Great. I know. Craig likes the Ultimate Black. Is that the same stuff that John Riley uses? So the base bolts are tight. Oh, you want to? You guys want to see something? Let's play here because you know this was mentioned the other day. It was how to remove a flywheel, and it was somebody mentioned it. Something about forever and a day ago. This particular method was used. How to remove a flywheel. You take the nut, you bring it up like you usually do. Hang on. Get this piece out of the way. And that way I can get something in here. Yeah, okay. So you basically get the magnet end and hold by the magnet end, hold up. And then what you do, you hold up and you hit down right here on the so the magnet end's here, you hit down right here on the flywheel. Not hard, but just gentle. So if you want to pull a flywheel off, and it's off. And use a brass hammer, right? Supposedly that's another way to do it, and now I didn't bugger the threads. I just wrote, it depends on where it's leaking. So I did seal this with 1184. I can see that. These are aftermarket crank seals. But at a compression like that, I guess it's fine. You know? This way I can also look in here. You can kind of see visually if there's anything, you know, if there's a puddle of something down there, you might come to the conclusion that there's a leak, you know? No puddles. So far, I'd have to come to the conclusion that this is okay. Yeah, ice rod, it depends on where the oil is leaking from. You have to determine the actual source of the leak. Just hit this with brake cleaner. So just put the flywheel back on here, you know? A little bit of Loctite. Yeah, I don't have a 460. I never have, but I would definitely, if there was a choice, I don't see why the 455 exists. You know, I just don't. There's no. It does not any cheaper in the sense of, you know, production value. Just it's a bigger head, so, you know, use the bigger head if you can, right? I need a piece of cord here. Don't know where my other cord went. Right, kind of like the 362 actually. The 362, basically the only point to doing a 362 was for the small mount chassis, but the chassis itself handles a 52 millimeter top end, so why not put a 52 millimeter top end on all of it? You know. And the answer the answer to that is actually that since the chassis handles a 365 top end, which is smaller, gets you into a different CC class. Now we got it. First 572 crank failure? Really? Are we Wooksy? Yeah, great. Husky 268, you can't leave us hanging with that one. The other thing I think I'm going to do tonight is look at the carburetor. Well, how big is the bearing on the flywheel side? Is it a 6202 or a 6203 size? Let's open up the carburetor and see what we got. .6203, they're big, yeah. Just a bad bearing, a freak thing. Yeah, could be. Nice and clean in there. Nice and clean in here too. Just gonna run a little bit of carb cleaner, brake clean through here. Should flow through. That does. Good. Yeah, this is a buddy of mine saw. I built it. This is actually saw number 2. If you followed the 350 comparison that I did years ago, so this is saw number 2, and this sees what I would consider fairly light use. Although it looks like it was left under his deck or something. Like this, the chain's all rusty, and it looks like it really just was not put away well. Hey, David. Welcome. I just wanted to give this carb a quick check here. Looks pretty clean to me and looks like it functions right, so. I think the 572 is going to fulfill its purpose right nicely. You know, but for hobbyists, probably not. Yeah, well, Mega, with most of the saws that I sell, the problem is they tend to come with a lifetime warranty, so. I just put some line on there, that way it doesn't get contaminated with anything getting in there. It's harder anyway. Sold a bunch of saws, we got a few 272s. They have no warranty. Well, for you, Dave, no, but for anybody else, yeah. And that was my wife reminding me that it is time to call it a night. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this was interesting. I would highly encourage anybody with 350s to very, very carefully check the base of the riser plate against the base of the, where basically the mating surface. They got to be, both got to be flat. To have them not flat is just kind of silly. So, and I still think 1184 is going to be okay stuff. But as mentioned before, there's Permatex Ultra Black, I think. Is that the stuff? Or Ultima Black? I don't know what it was. And the other thing was Honda Bond HT, which probably be pretty good, or Durco. So anyway, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out. Do appreciate it. And we will keep in touch, and I will keep everybody apprised of the builds and how they go. Have a great night. Take care, guys. Ultra Black. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay. Later, guys. Bye.